Hello, everybody. Mason and I are here to discuss some of The Matrix Resurrections theories that we've got in from the trailer breakdown video that went up.
Bearing in mind, we have recently done 3 videos on the original Matrix trilogy.
That's right.
So we're experts, but we've decided to throw all that out the window. We're just going to wing this. We don't know. We don't know any more than you, the Drek. The riffraff.
And we don't want to know.
Yeah.
But we appreciate your ideas. Leave a like if you could. This is from Brian Mitchell, who says, Smith destroyed the last version of The Matrix. So this would be the 4th version of The Matrix. It doesn't reset with every iteration of the one. What do you think about that?
Oh, interesting theory. Okay.
That would also speak to like why it looks differently.
Well, obviously the first shot of this new trailer, it looks very sparkling and new, which is very at odds with the original.
Yeah.
You know, Matrix, it's always raining and dark and awful. And that's what it looked like at the end of the Matrix Revolution.
A little bit of sun, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so maybe this is a completely fresh iteration. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Totally on board.
What about this one? It's from Michael, who says, here's my theory. The real world from the originals is actually just another layer of the Matrix. It's like Matrix Inception. This has been a popular theory for
a long time,
since The Matrix came out.
Since The Matrix came out, a lot of people were like, well, obviously in Reloaded or Revolutions, the real revelation is going to be that it's a Matrix within a Matrix. You thought you were in the real world the whole time, but actually it's just another Matrix. And could very well be. I mean, based on the trailer we just saw, it could be the Matrix is a fictional universe within a real world, but is the real world we are watching, is that going to be the real world?
Yeah.
Or is that going to be the Matrix?
Exactly.
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
I don't think it's ever going to be revealed to be a Matrix within a Matrix, because then it's just going to be, it just gets more complicated. Because then it's like, well, is it also a Matrix within a Matrix within a Matrix? It kind of also it wipes out a bunch of stuff that previously happened because it didn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? And,
yeah, right. Okay,
you know what I mean?
sure. Yeah.
But, you know.
I also wonder, sometimes Hollywood types will have been in Hollywood for so long that they're like, okay, what about this though? What if it's a Matrix within a Matrix?
I mean, I'm sure it was floated.
and then everybody around him's like, should we tell them that everybody on the internet's been talking about that for 20 years? We just let them. Yeah, it's a Matrix. Let's say it is a Matrix within a Matrix.
Let's do it.
Good job. Yeah, great. Let's go with that.
Here's something from Joe, though, who says, I'm liking the theory that this is a prequel. Now, there was also rumblings that this initially was going to be a prequel and that Michael B. Jordan was going to play a younger version of Morpheus. But this time around, we also get a younger version of Morpheus of sorts, or a Morpheus type character.
Yeah.
But this could also...
Who I'm pretty sure is either an actor playing a fictionalized version of Morpheus, or he's one of those guys like in Hollywood on the street and he's like, it's me, Morpheus, take a picture with me, $10. You know those guys?
Wouldn't that be interesting if it was a guy playing Morpheus and then all of a sudden when the bullets do start flying, he's like, I'm not really Morpheus. We do have another theory about acting later on. But I guess you could technically set this in a previous iteration of The Matrix. But at the same time, you also see that Neo's body, where his eyes are like fried out of his head. You know what I mean? And, you know, Neo and Trinity are older and they're recognizing each other. And their love was a thing specific to those movies and not previous versions of The Matrix. In the previous version, he was all just like, I love everybody the same. You know what I mean?
Right, okay,
but this one was driven by
this prequel idea would suggest that there are people who are genetically identical to Neo and Trinity, but they aren't the original Neo and Trinity. And
I guess they could be recycling templates as well of people.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Apparently the way they do it is they take the genetic material of 2 people and put it together, and that's how they make a baby. They're not like cloning and stuff, apparently. I don't know. But then again, I do know. I know everything. This is from JB, who says, well, speaking of clones, maybe Neo and Trinity have cloned bodies built by the machines. I think Trinity might be, but I think it's original Neo.
Yeah, but we also do see a little snippet of Neo holding Trinity, and Trinity has some Matrix lines running through as if she is entirely digital. And is she entirely digital? Are they currently in the Matrix? Or is she some sort of digital representation in the real world?
Yeah.
Maybe she's got a little light bee like Rimmer from Red Dwarf. You know what I mean? She's a hologram.
I love all the references we have. But we do actually see...
This counts as a Red Dwarf episode,
definitely.
by the way.
We also see... There is a moment where she's like got the shaved head and she looks like she's coming out of a pod.
Yeah.
So maybe they do clone her a new body, or they did manage to rescue her old body, or... I don't know.
Yeah. Does being part of the Matrix mean that your consciousness has been copied somewhere and they can just simply stick it back in a new body and bring you back to life?
Because isn't that also, you mentioned this in our Caravan of Garbage videos, that's part of the expanded universe where there is a series of people who managed to get they're entirely code-based. They
The
were people.
oligarchs were former
Yeah.
humans who are now entirely code-based, and they want to put their digital consciousnesses back into human physical bodies. So,
like Hugo Weaving did to that dude.
yeah, so maybe that's part of this new plot.
This is from D. Torrey, and these next two kind of tie in together. So I'm thinking Jonathan Groff's character is mostly a red herring. I think the going back to the Matrix line he says refers to either a movie or a book Neo made before this movie starts.
So that's the guy at the end of the trailer. That's
Yeah.
Jonathan Groff. Okay. I think that is part of the... And we've heard rumors that this is going to be set in the world where the Matrix is in fact a fictional series. That also, there is a moment in this in the trailer, which you may have pointed out in your previous video, where the police are shooting at some people, and then we see in the background just a clip of the Matrix.
Yes.
The first one, it's just the scene where Neo is first escaping the Matrix and the liquid
The
metal is
mirror
coming
down
up his
there.
body. And,
Yeah.
and so I'm saying strong vibes that this is set in a world where Thomas Anderson imagined the world of the Matrix, and maybe he wrote a book or a comic book. It was turned into a movie.
Yep.
It was a classic. People loved it. Then maybe there were some sequels that people didn't love as much.
Sure.
And then it's he's in a meeting with a Hollywood hotshot who's like, people are loving retro. They're loving the Matrix. Let's bring it back, kind of thing. So I think that's heavily implied,
also entirely possible. This is from Scarlet Spider NZ, who says, there's allusions to Thomas Anderson being a movie actor in this one, hence being able to afford the apartment and the therapist and stuff, but maybe he's a little washed up and people don't really know him as much these days, hence the Matrix 1 being shown within the movie explains the line at the end of the movie, which is what you mentioned. Well, also, the flashes that we get of like him coming out of the pod and it's all red and everything and then things like that, maybe we're seeing footage of the Matrix movie that exists within this. Maybe that's not things that happen in this movie, but things that happen in the movie within this movie.
Maybe. I think it's interesting also he has his current John Wick look. They didn't go with the original kind of, fresh-faced Thomas Anderson. One thing that I've always thought is that if we were all trapped in a Matrix and the machines didn't want us to escape from the Matrix, what they would do, they would make a movie called The Matrix, in which we're all trapped in the Matrix. So anybody who says, hey, we're trapped in a Matrix, people would be like the movie? You're an idiot.
Exactly.
It's the perfect crime in a way. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's an additional layer of deception. Maybe people's resolve is weakening because they've forgotten about the movie The Matrix.
Oh, that's why they need another The Matrix.
And they've started thinking, hey, maybe we do live in a simulation, so you make another Matrix movie.
And people go, oh, no, that's dumb, actually.
Yeah.
I bet if this is the case, they nearly took it a step too far where they just went, Keanu Reeves is playing Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But obviously he's not. They mentioned that he is Thomas in this, so that is not the case. What about this one from Hercules Beard, who says, just spitballing here, but what if the Morpheus avatar belongs to Naobi? Yeah, so we do know that Naobi is in this movie. Okay. We don't see her.
The character of Naobi, but Jada Pinkett Smith is back.
Yes,
right.
So I think it's interesting that we don't see her because if we saw her, that would reveal the time frame in which this takes place in.
Yeah,
because there's been rumors that it might be like a long time after and not, say, 20 years after. But yeah, I like the idea, and they didn't really dabble with this too much in the original movies, but you can use a different avatar within the Matrix. It's mostly like you, but with dumber clothing, essentially.
That's true, yes.
Yeah. But that was something that they wanted to do initially for the character.
Imagine yourself, but you're wearing a snakeskin overcoat.
Exactly.
That's the Matrix, baby.
Yeah, that's it. But no, I think, why not? Like keeping the memory of that character alive, etc. and so forth.
I think 50% of the trailer we're seeing is set in the movie The Matrix.
Yeah, right.
It's a Hollywood movie. Maybe that's just because some of it looks kind of cheap.
Sure.
Maybe because some of the effects work in this trailer isn't finished. But I feel like there's some shots of this Morpheus-esque character like running through a corridor and shooting two guns in different directions, and I'm like, that looks like a movie within a movie. Like I think people are pretty canny about this now, but I'm just like, I think that's...
You might be right.
I think this is 50-50, this trailer.
We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
It's from Joel, who says, Neo's reflection, that's old, maybe Mr. Smith, but old and rough. Do you
I
notice
kept
that moment?
looking at that, and I kept thinking, is that a name actor?
Yeah.
But I don't. It feels like it feels
It's
like,
almost, is it him older? Like it feels like something,
yeah,
right?
it does, doesn't it? But I couldn't. I look. I've looked at that trailer at least 2 times.
Wow.
And I couldn't pick who that was.
That is absolute dedication to the craft.
But
Mason.
I'm also pretty face blind, so I couldn't say. But it feels to me like an actor I should recognize, and whether that's just Keanu Reeves with an old age filter on top of him or some old man makeup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might be Ewan McGregor's character from Fargo.
Yep.
You know, looks a bit like that.
Could be his character from Doctor Sleep.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my God, what if Obi-Wan Kenobi's in this?
What if he is?
He can use the Force. That's like the Matrix powers.
I've got a few people commenting that what a coincidence that we just did the Caravan of Garbage movies leading up to this. Yeah, not a coincidence. I mean, we knew this was roughly coming.
We can see through the simulation.
That's
so
right.
we
Yeah,
know.
it was very fortuitous timing, but we figured
And
it
the
was
machine
coming.
said
Mm.
people are starting to forget the Matrix movies. And they're beginning to realize they might be in a simulation. So why don't you do a retrospective of the Matrix movies?
And we said, yeah, we
we'll
will.
do it. We'll do it. We're traitors. We're traitors to our species, we said.
We've got a lot of comments also, people telling me that I should give Speed Racer a chance. So many comments. I will give it a chance.
And in theory,
Yep.
you'll enjoy it more.
In theory, yeah.
So that counts for this video.
Moose itself says, we might wrap up on this one. I'm convinced Zion is still in the Matrix, and I also find it odd that the bots would throw away a perfectly good battery just because it died in a bad dream. Maybe Neo ascended to where the dead from the Matrix get reused, or maybe it's a special Matrix made just for the Ascended, people who think they're free but won't try to escape. Theories within thoughts, within memories, wrapped in time, which is an illusion.
Yeah. I also think Neil Patrick Harris will turn into a big blue pill at some point.
You reckon?
Yeah.
But he's got the blue glasses,
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
you
the
might.
living embodiment of the big blue pill.
You might absolutely be right. Anyways, if you do have any other theories, please leave them below. And as mentioned, or maybe we didn't mention this, we have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. We're going to be talking about the Matrix trailer in the latest episode, aren't we, Mason?
And as we mentioned, if you come up with the best theory, you get to be in the Matrix Resurrections.
That's right.
We're holding a competition.
We'll get it done.
We'll make it happen, yeah.
We don't know how. We don't know when. We don't know if. But we will. We'll definitely do it.
Also,
Yeah.
it's not true.
That's not true either. Yeah.
But we're gonna talk all about the Matrix Resurrections trailer.
Yep.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Also, we have a service called bigsandwich.co where if you do want to sign up, we have early videos, including Caravan of Garbage. They go up there early. We have bonus movie commentaries. We have bonus podcasts if you do want to check it out. It's like our Patreon, isn't it, Mason?
Yes, we're having a heck of a good time over there.
We certainly are. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
Have a great time. Have a great day. Now you say something.
Grab that jammy, guys, and we'll see you next week. And have a great time. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
It's the tagline for The Matrix now. The new
Is it?
one. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Have a great time. Have a great day in The Matrix.